This single raggedy video got over 80,000 views. You just spent 2 hours recording a 30-second video, deleted every single take, and closed the app because you didn't like how your hair looked or how your voice sounded. You're telling yourself that you're just maintaining high standards. But what if perfectionism isn't a standard of quality? What if trying to control how people perceive you is actually a hidden trust gap keeping you from your calling? I spent 15 years as a marketing executive managing multi-billion-dollar brands. In that world, everything was polished, scripted, and managed by massive teams. But when I stepped out in faith to build my own business, God had to completely deconstruct that corporate conditioning. I had to learn that the need to make everything look incredibly impressive was actually just a protective shield to keep myself from being seen. When you're struggling to post more content, you usually look for a tactical fix, like a better editing app, a new content calendar, or a more proven scripting blueprint. But let's look at the actual root cause of that perfectionism. Think back to the original pattern of self-consciousness that started in Genesis chapter 3. When Adam and Eve ate from the tree, they stepped out of God's covering and started to lean on their own understanding. And what was the very first thing that they experienced? Self-consciousness. They realized they were naked and they hid in the bushes. Perfectionism is just a modern day hiding. And when you refuse to post a video because it's not perfect or you think you're just protecting your brand, it may not be that you're protecting your brand. It might be that you're hiding because you're trying to guarantee control of the outcome, such as other people's validation and or your financial success, rather than trusting God to be able to use and redeem your raw output. And the reason we hide is because of a quiet, terrifying story that we tell ourselves. I only have one shot at success. If I post an unpolished video, I'll ruin my reputation, lose my audience, and destroy my business. But we serve a God of redemption. If God can take Paul from persecuting the early church to building it, he can surely redeem a video where your hair isn't perfect or you stumbled over a word. You're treating your business like a high-stakes exam rather than a space where you're free to learn and grow. And let me tell you right now, from known experience, deprogramming that corporate perfectionism isn't an overnight shift. It's a weekly practice. And if you're ready to bridge proven brand strategy with deep obedience to grow your business, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss our weekly videos. I want you to think of your content like a scientific experiment. A scientist doesn't stay in the lab forever, standard a hypothesis on a whiteboard. If they do, they're just over refining an idea. To prove the hypothesis, they have to run the experiment in the real world and gather data. And so until you hit publish, your message is just a hypothesis sitting in your drafts folder. And I had to learn this the hard way. One Sunday, I was in the middle of doing meal prep for my kids, and I was looking a little bit raggedy, if I'm honest. My hair wasn't done and I had no makeup on, but I felt a strong nudge in my spirit to record a video about fear of making the wrong move, and essentially how we need to stop overthinking and move with swift obedience when God tells us to move. My corporate conditioning, though, immediately tried to logic my way out of it. I'll post it later when I look more professional, when my hair is fixed so people don't judge how I look or think that the video is less credible. But the nudge kept coming back with urgency. So I finished putting the food in the oven and went into my room and filmed the video exactly as I was, raw, unedited, and unpolished. And I posted it and didn't think anything of it. The next day, my phone was blowing up with all these notifications. This single raggedy video got over 80,000 views. Yes, 80,000. And I gained more followers and inquiries from that one unpolished video than I had gained from months of posting polished videos twice a day. God had a direct line to the people who were praying for that exact message. And he just needed a messenger who was willing to stop hiding. So if you remember nothing else from today, anchor to this. God can do more with your unpolished yes in one day than you can do with your polished hustle in 365 days. Now let's get into the 3-step blueprint to dismantle perfectionism and start posting consistently. Step 1, reframe your business as a practice. Stop treating content creation like a performance. Think of it like an athlete training for a sport. A basketball player doesn't refuse to shoot free throws in public because they might miss. They show up, they shoot, they miss, they adjust, and they keep going. The gym is their training ground, not a stage for flawless performance and execution. And so when you view your content as a practice, the pressure of the perfect take starts to vanish. Step 2, execute the 2-minute voice release. The overthinking bottleneck happens when you try to write and edit at the same time. So before you record, open a voice memo app on your phone, on your computer, whatever, and speak your message out loud, completely unedited for 2 minutes. Get the raw, messy brain dump out of your head. That will break the mental block and give your message its natural human soul. Don't overthink it. Just let your thoughts out freely. Step 3, run the one take experiment. Challenge yourself to film your next video in exactly one take. No reshoots, no overcomplicated setups, no adding trendy transitions. Record it and upload it and close the app. Your job is to steward the output and trust God to manage the outcome. So stop waiting to feel ready. Clarity doesn't come from overthinking in the dark. It comes from taking micro steps of obedience in the light. Be obedient and steward well the first step that God has given you. Record the video, post it. Your audience doesn't need perfection. They need your obedience to deliver the message that God placed in your heart. If you're a faith-led founder who wants to bridge brand strategy with deep obedience to grow your business, hit the subscribe button for weekly videos. And please let go of your false sense of control and run the experiment. I'll see you in the next video.